Hi there, and welcome back to another yo-yo comparison video. Today I am going to have a look at a couple of different, a little more expensive plastic yo-yos in the price category $20 and up. So here are the yo-yos that I have for you today. First off, the CLYW Yeti. It's a fairly big plastic yo-yo. I think it's their cheapest yo-yo that they make. I think it retails around $30–35-ish if you get an A grade, and their B grades are a lot cheaper. I think this is an A grade. I'm not sure. It's on loan from someone, but I'll give it a nice play, see how it goes. Second of all, the C3 Design Speedaholic XX. Nice finger spin cup. Retails at locally in my country here, it sells for, I think it's around $34. So I'm gonna have a look at that. Nice plastic yo-yo, great finger spin cup. That's the second one. Then the iYoyo Shooting Star, very similar to the Speedaholic XX. Little cheaper if you buy it from iYoyo directly on yoyoshop.de. It's 25 euros, and it normally comes with a non-responsive bearing as well. So we're gonna have a look at that. Then the Yo-Yo Friends Dove, which is a Delrin plastic yo-yo with a finger spin cup as well. I have a nice pink version. This was a B grade because of a discoloration somewhere in there, but it's nice and smooth and it's a great yo-yo other than that. I think this retails at around $35, maybe $40, around that. And last of all, the very new, recently come out Fulvia from Luftwerk. This is a pretty new special project from Jeffrey Pang. And it sells for, I want to say $35 over here in the Netherlands, and around $30 in the States. Nice machined plastic yo-yo, or part cast, part injection molded and then machined. So we're going to have a look at all three of those. I have some tricks that I'm going to play with all 5 of them. Enjoy!
The Yeti had a tendency to snag on some tricks, and this made it difficult to do longer tricks sometimes. But and also it was lacking a bit of power, so near the end of tricks it tended to just kind of peter out, as you will see at the end of this combo. Like right here, it just kind of dies. It's more or less still right there. It held up decently during speed combos, but didn't have a lot of power left to return to my hand at the end. As you can see right here, it just kind of barely came back. For grinds, it was just terrible. The finish is too slick. It tends to grip the hand instead of grind it, and this kills the power on it instantly. And you can do grinds with them, but sometimes it snags. Like I said, it's a little snaggy, but even when you get them, it's slow. For finger spins, it was terrible. Sneaky shirt change, it's just not shaped for it. Next up, the Speedaholic XX. The Speedaholic has plenty of power to go through all the different types of maneuvers on this combo. It doesn't snag, it has plenty of speed, it feels fairly fast. Even when I miss, it still has enough speed left to finish the rest of the combo after a quick correction. And it blows through speed combos like they're not even there. It's excellent for it. It's not called the Speedaholic for nothing, of course. Grinds are a joy with this yo-yo. The matte machined finish is excellent for longer grinds and for grind type binds as well. Even talon grinds can be done well. I'm not the greatest at them, but as you can see, they are quite possible. And when thrown at an angle, thumb grinds are not a problem either. It's not a real lip, but there's a little platform that make it work. This is, of course, a yo-yo with a dedicated finger spin dimple in it, and it shows. A 27 finger spin time here, accelerated in video, is very, very respectable. Next up, the Shooting Star, this one in clear plastic. It has plenty of power and speed for the 20+ second long combo that I did for this video. And even when small things go wrong, it has time to correct. And the speed combo feels more or less the same as with the Speedaholic XX when you do it. Similar type of speed and feeling of fast-moving yo-yo. Grinds are once again a joy on the machine finish. They last a long time, are very stable. And just like with the Speedaholic, talon grinds are possible. And once again, thrown at a slight angle, thumb grinds, not a problem at all. But where it really shines is finger spins. It lasted for a whopping minute and 8 seconds when I finger spun this, to the point where I almost got bored. This is a bit of an exceptionally long finger spin, but it did show longer times than the other yo-yos on finger spins. And we move on to the Yo-Yo Friends Dove machined Delrin yo-yo. Not many issues on the longer combo again. It feels fast and moves wonderfully through the air and on the string. It doesn't snag. It's honestly, it's a joy to play with. And once again, you see that even when I make a small mistake, it still has plenty of power left to finish the combo after being corrected. Even if only barely. Speed combos are a joy with the Dove there. It feels a lot lighter and faster, like it has less wind resistance moving through the air when playing fast. And on grinds, it feels super smooth and silky, almost like it's been lubed on the outside. Somehow, even though the surface is slick, it doesn't grab onto the skin, allowing it some really nice grinds. It even allowed for a talon grinds well, decently, and thumb grinds were also possible if thrown at a slight angle, even though the angle has to be a little bit greater than with the Speedaholic and the Shooting Star. As for finger spins, the cup is kind of flat on the inside with less of a curve inward towards the finger spin dome, which makes it wobble a little bit. But when you do land it in the finger spin cup proper, then it spins for a nice amount of time, comparable to that of the Speedaholic. Next up, Jeffrey Pang's Luftwerk Plastic Fulvia, a unique yo-yo for which he created kind of a new production process where injection molding is the first step and then machining to make it nice and smooth. Powers through the first combo wonderfully. It seems like it plays more powerfully and more stable than the Speedaholic and the Shooting Star, It's wider, which makes it easier to catch on the string sometimes, and makes me miss less on certain things. Meaning that I had to do this combo fewer times in order to get it right completely. On the speed combo, it doesn't show any problems. It's nice and wide. I think I landed this whole combo on the first attempt completely, well, except for the bind. And the machine finish grinds excellently. You can see long grinds with still just about enough power to return to the hand. This goes for bind grinds as well. And things like talon grinds are also possible with it. Thumb grinds, not so easy. The lip slopes outward, which makes it fairly difficult to land. And for finger spins, it's possible, but it's missing that finger spin dimple, which means that the finger spins are just a lot shorter than the other past 3 yo-yos that we checked out.
Next test is the spin time test, in which I'll throw each yo-yo 4 times as hard as I can. And if it's a straight throw, I'll hang it up and let it spin out until it starts getting diagonal and getting all weird. And I'll time that and give you an average of the 4 different spin times that I did that for. So, here it goes. All right, time to wrap things up. So let me go through all the different yo-yos one by one. The Yeti, not my favorite. I don't like the feel of it. I feel like it lacks power. It's fairly stable. This might just be a bit of an outdated yo-yo. From what I understand, it's been around for a while. It's not bad. I just don't think it brings much to the table when compared to the cheaper plastic yo-yos. I do understand this is a B grade though. I don't know why. It's smooth. It spins smooth. So it's just not my cup of tea. I don't really like the finish. But it's not a bad yo-yo. So if you like it, it might just be a matter of preference. Speedaholic did excellent in pretty much anything I did with it. It's just a great yo-yo. It's an improvement over all the cheaper plastics that I reviewed last time. Finger spins like a demon. Good spin times. Stable. Feels fairly fast. Excellent yo-yo. There's not much I can say about it. Does everything I wanted to, even things like thumb grinds. Compared to the Shooting Star, I don't notice much of a difference when playing with it. It's really virtually the same. Maybe I'm just not advanced enough to notice much of a difference, but there's really in play not much of a difference. Even in shape, the rims on the Shooting Star are slightly thicker. The metal on the Speedaholic is a little bit bigger. Honestly, I don't notice much of a difference. Which means that if I were to recommend one of these two, especially to beginners, I'd recommend the Shooting Star because it comes with a responsive bearing. Also, fingerspin champion, just like the Speedaholic. Slightly into the future, Alexander here. As you saw in the fingerspin test, the Shooting Star absolutely obliterated the Speedaholic. And I had to make sure that that wasn't a fluke. So I went and retested both and timed a couple of fingerspins on them. Yeah, it's true. The Shooting Star destroys the Speedaholic. It's something about the fingerspin dimple being a little bit bigger on the Shooting Star than it is on the Speedaholic. And it just leads to way longer fingerspin times. Every time, of course I can't measure exactly how hard I throw, but I throw at my hardest and then do a fingerspin. The Speedaholic each time comes out at fingerspin times in the 28 25 to 30 second times, and the Speedaholic goes up to 40 seconds and sometimes more on each finger spin. So I was wrong. They are not created equal. The Speedaholic is the Shooting Star is the absolute finger spin champion out of this bunch. It feels fast, it feels solid, it's powerful enough that it can do virtually any type of trick, really. The finish feels nice. It lost when compared to the Shooting Star on spin time, but I think that might just be that I've beaten the hell out of this one, and the Shooting Star is a loaner from someone who seems to have treated his shooting, or the Speedaholic is a loaner from someone who seems to have treated it very well. Great yo-yo, great price. There's some really pretty colors available of it too. But if you ask me what's the difference between a Speedaholic or a Shooting Star, really not much. Get whichever you can get easier or for a better price, and you'll be happy either way, really. The Dove from Yo-Yo Friends, really quite different. You can also see that the rims are a little bit different. The ones on the Shooting Star and the Speedaholic are a lot more chunky. The ones on the Dove slope down a bit more. It feels a little faster. It tends to move a bit quicker. Great on grinds. Little less good on finger spins than the Speedaholic and the Shooting Star. And that's because the part outside of the finger spin cup doesn't slope into the finger spin cup as much as the other two, which means it's easier to miss that finger spin cup. Still great at finger spins, just not as easy to hit them as the other two. And it's made out of Delrin, or I forget what other name they give that plastic, but it's made out of Delrin. And Delrin has a really nice, smooth, almost soapy feel to it that the machined polys like the Shooting Star and the Speedaholic don't have. So if that's your thing, I can't blame you. It's still an excellent yo-yo. Really, everything in this group, great yo-yos. I don't like the Yeti as much, but all of them are great. Which brings us to the next one, the Fulvia. Now the Fulvia, a little bit more power than the Speedaholic when playing. It seems to be a little bit more stable when playing compared to the Speedaholic and the Shooting Star. And like I said, those two are a little bit more stable than the Dove, I think. But with all of these, the difference is fairly small. Like, for anything other than finger spins, I think I like the Fulvia the most. But as soon as you want to do finger spin tricks, Speedaholic and Shooting Star win. All of these are great. You pay a decent price. It's a little bit more than the budget plastics that we reviewed last time, but all of them, they're not that expensive, and you can't really go wrong with any of them. Like, they're all decent at the very least. I don't like the Yeti, but it's a decent yo-yo, so you can't really screw up by buying it. So that's a wrap. And I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for at the very end of the video, and I'll give you the details of a giveaway that I'm doing, because why not? I think it'll be fun. Alright, exciting part of the video. I am doing a giveaway. I'm giving away not one, not two, but 3 yo-yos today. All come from my own personal possession. I bought all these or traded for them or something along those lines. And I don't use them as much, or I just think someone else would have more fun with them than I would. So I'm giving away 3 yo-yos today. The first of these is a Magic Yo-Yo K2 Crystal in the white opaque color. This is the full package. Everything's in here: glove, pouch, tool, extra bearings, extra axle, like 10 strings, I think. Everything you need. So I'm giving that away. The second yo-yo that I'm giving away is this Zekio Flare Ultra. This is a great Delrin hybrid yo-yo. You can see it has metal rims and metal rims right there to give it a bit of extra power. Great yo-yo. I use it for 5A. If the new owner wants, I'll include some kind of counterweight so that you can also play that. Great yo-yo. I'll let you have one of these. It's a great yo-yo. And the last one is something a bit odder. This was a 3D printed yo-yo that someone made. It's good. It works fairly well. It's an unresponsive yo-yo. It looks pretty neat. It has a cool pattern on the side. And I'll give that away as well. And so 3 winners is what we'll have. Of course, now you want to know how do I win? You win by subscribing to my YouTube channel, commenting on this video. That's it. I will let this run until the end of the month. Is that a bit too long? No, that's a bit long. Let's say until the end of next weekend. So that is runs off the check date. Had to check the date. This will run until midnight my time, which is Amsterdam time. So Central Europe time. Central Europe time? Whatever. Amsterdam time on the 19th of, what's the day? February, right? February. So midnight, the 19th of February, I will make a nice list of everyone who leaves a comment, and I will give away those 3 yo-yos to 3 people who commented. Shipping's all on me. Don't worry about it. I will ship anywhere in the world. So, hope you had fun. Hope you enjoyed the review itself. Hope you have fun with the anticipation of just maybe you win. And see you next time.